Have you ever considered that in the coming years and generations, immortality could become more than just a dream, but potentially a present reality for mankind? As we learn how to successfully treat and control various medical conditions and disorders, medical scientists and researchers are starting to turn their eyes toward the genetic source of human longevity. When we speak of immortality, we aren't talking about the next life after we pass away. We're talking about a life here on Earth, where men and women are able to live the equivalent of an endless life here and now. Scientific visionaries predict that as nanotechnology and genetic therapies become more and more advanced, we will eventually learn how to reprogram the human body to switch off the various triggers that naturally encourage the aging process. Human beings, like all animals, were designed to be creatures with a time limit here on our home world, planet Earth. It's kind of like planned obsolescence in technology. When the new generation of a species grows up, the parents eventually outlive their usefulness and die off. This used to be the case with humans too. Now, however, as birth rates are leveling off in first world countries across the globe and the threat of overpopulation is quickly being recognized as a myth, there is more reason than ever for us to extend our lifespans as long as humanly possible. In the coming decades, it will become possible for men and women to live to 100 years and beyond, easier than ever. As scientific advances continue to lift mankind to higher tiers of anti-aging, there is a real chance that our ability to live longer will rapidly increase over the next 100 to 200 years. There's even a chance that you could experience this coming age of hyperlongevity for yourself in the next 20 years. Can you imagine a world where time no longer played a critical factor in your life? Old age will be nothing like it is today. Think about the oldest person you know. Perhaps he or she is a few years over 100. Old and shriveled, unable to fully enjoy and appreciate the fruits of a long life of knowledge and experience. As scientific breakthroughs continue to take place, 100 is going to keep looking younger and younger. Eventually, we will be able to reach and surpass the age of 100 while still retaining youthful vigor and vitality. Doesn't it sound amazing? Many people are turned off by the idea of hyperlongevity because they can't think past the realities of aging in the 20th century, where decline and decay are inevitable. No one wants to grow old, frail, and helpless, and many people use this as an excuse to live a hard and wild lifestyle, which causes them to break down even faster and die young. It's better to burn out than fade away has become a tired saying. This is the wrong way to think about the world, however. By living smart and taking the steps to safeguard one's health, it will be possible to harvest the fruits of a life well lived during this time of revolutionary medical and biotechnological enhancement beyond our wildest dreams. The premise is simple, really, and there's not much to argue about with regard to the logic. If human lifespans are going to continue to advance at an ever-increasing speed, the better we treat our bodies now, the more likely that we will be able to take advantage of life-extending opportunities later in life. Now, this may seem like a bit of a stretch to our late 20th century mindset, but with sufficient care, what is there to stop us from making it to 100 years old, barring accidents and terminal illnesses? Now, if you're able to make it to 100, whether that's 30 years from now or 80 years from now, imagine what the medical advancements will be like 2 or even 5 generations into the future. We must live long enough to make it into the longevity window, which means living long enough for greater advancements to extend our lives. Think about all the diseases: polio, smallpox, rubella, which were dangerous or outright lethal 80 years ago. Think about HIV/AIDS, which was a death sentence just 30 years ago, which men and women are able to live with and experience near normal health today. Antiviral medications today make living with AIDS possible. Some people are no longer carrying the virus who formerly were. Think about the neurological diseases which hamper longevity today, such as dementia and Alzheimer's, and how quickly we are learning about the complexities of these neurological disorders. If we cured Alzheimer's in the next 15 years, imagine what modern medical crises will solve in the next 25 to 50 years. All this can potentially be yours with a conscientious and healthy lifestyle. The next revolution in longevity medicine is the growing field of genetic therapy. It seems just yesterday that researchers were able to fully map out the human genetic code, but today researchers are quickly learning how to read that code in order to develop new medical technologies. Today, gene therapy is a rapidly growing field that could allow us to overcome countless medical issues that are related to genetics. AI and machine learning are accelerating the pace of biotechnological research. If employed properly, we just might be able to overcome death in the next generation. Now, imagine if you had a genetic predisposition for prostate cancer. What if, with a special injection, a genetic specialist could send medicine designed to turn off that genetic predisposition, significantly lowering your risk of prostate cancer and thereby increasing your life expectancy to its natural limits of, let's say, 120 years? One day, you'll be able to undergo comprehensive genetic testing in order to assess your health risks, and also receive treatment designed directly to mitigate that risk at the DNA level. The next phase of longevity medicine beyond genetic therapy will likely be the rapid development of nanotechnology. Nanotechnology essentially means that scientists will eventually develop tiny microscopic machines that will be able to safeguard health and cure diseases from a mechanical level at the atomic or molecular level. It's like inventing your own enzyme to fight atherosclerosis or to untangle the prions or clean out plaques, which eventually lead to Alzheimer's disease in many patients. With the combination of gene therapy, AI, cell medicine, and nanotechnology, it will be possible to both prevent dangerous conditions before they develop and treat the illnesses that do sneak through with futuristic technology. Of course, there is still the issue of physiological wear and tear. What do you do when your organs just wear out from a lifetime of use? We have already learned how to create bioidentical hormones in a laboratory environment, and we understand skin grafts and have a limited ability to generate certain body parts like ears. But in the future, medical engineers will be able to craft and rebuild body parts and organs as needed. Imagine if your heart gave out after 120 years and they just made you a new one out of your own DNA formulation. Beyond all of this, there is an entire world of medicine that is just fantasy. And there are medical procedures and concepts that doctors and philosophers have yet to even dream of. If you want to live long enough to experience these amazing life-extending benefits, you can take the steps to optimize your life today. Of course, all of these technologies are in their infancy, but there are steps that you can take today to protect your health and improve your longevity today. One of the primary factors that influence aging that we do have the ability to control today is hormone balance. Our bodies perform at peak functional capacity when we have optimal hormone balance. One of the most important hormones is HGH, and we produce less of it as we age. HGH is one of the primary engines of cellular metabolism, and human growth hormone deficiency depletes the health of the body in a variety of ways. It causes us to gain weight and lose muscle mass and bone mass. It causes our brains to slow down and our wits to become frazzled. It slows down healing and makes us get sick easier. By ensuring that we have youthful HGH levels associated with optimal health, it is possible to mitigate many of the risks associated with aging. There are a number of other hormones that require balance as well. Both men and women have a persistent need for testosterone, in line with their gender, and testosterone levels also fade with age. There are numerous other hormones that fall out of balance as we grow older. We produce too much of some hormones, such as cortisol, when we grow older, for example. By taking control of our health, both by engaging in a healthy lifestyle and receiving appropriate hormone balancing treatment, it is possible to maximize health outcomes and make it all the more likely that we live to benefit from that next great breakthrough. In the meantime, as these technologies are evolving and improving with each passing year, learn more about HRT, or hormone replacement therapy, especially testosterone, human growth hormone, and sermorelin at the Conscious Evolution Institute of Hormone Replacement Therapy. Contact us for a fast and professional response. Just go ahead, click the link below in the description of this video, and either call us or fill out our contact form.